Guys, it's going to be part 5. And also, when it was talking about the rivers being dried up in the Euphrates and over in the east and made way for the east of the kings, that is also, you guys, just like we learned about if you watch the Swarmers videos, it is the ones of the east over there, just like we got Russia and we've got those kings of the east that move. And you look, where is it today? It's Iran, it's Iraq. Just like when Antichrist is here, he's the future king of Babylon in the sense as the big one, but there is a king of Babylon, an actual Babylon, that that's where Antichrist will also set up. It's just like, also you can call the United States like a type of Babylon because of the confusion that we're in and the situation, and also because, you know, pretty much the whole world mocks you guys, Sodom and Gomorrah, and the sins of the garden, because it's all over, but it's also right here in the United States. It's big time, Sodom and Gomorrah. Even all the other religions, that's why you hear, because of all the stuff that goes on here, and all the technology, and we're superpowers, they scream that everyone's devils and stuff here. But we're not gonna get into that stuff. But that's where we're at today, you guys. And like Revelation 17, we learn about this whore of Babylon. And it says, "And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that setteth upon many waters," and that's the people, "with whom the kings of the earth," see, these are earthly kings, not angelic ones, "with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication." And this is fooled by the false teachings and everything else. Verse 3, "So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman set upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns." And that's 10 angelic crowns, and that's the 7 earthly kings, the 7 areas of control on earth. "And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color," and you guys know red and blue mix purple, and that's taking the blood of Christ and the salvation with the water, mixing it, and that was the same sense of what they did, and that's what purple kind of means in this sense here. "And the woman was arrayed in purple," and it's royal, and it's purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication." And so she's got this cup of blasphemies, and it's a golden cup. It's their own purity, their own covenant, and then she's got a scarlet robe on. And it's referred to as a woman because it's the church, you guys. It's nothing against women, and that's why it's spiritual whoredom, and you guys know that, just like Israel's the church. And see, here we've got, it said the kings of the earth committed fornication, and because they'll bow down to Satan. "And upon her head was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, and the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration." This is astonishment and disgust, is what that word admiration is. "And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman, and of the beast that carrieth her, which has the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition." And who's the son of perdition, you guys? That's Satan. Apollyon, Abaddon, that's the Greek and Hebrew, and they're both given in the book. And they that dwell on earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life. And that's who was it sealed in Christ, the true God sealed in their forehead and in their right hand, to know the truth. For the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. And here is the mind which has wisdom, the 7 heads and 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth, the 7 nations. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is the 7th, and goeth into perdition. So what is he? Even the 7th king, and the 8th. He's the spiritual completeness of the series complete, and he's the 8th as the new beginnings, as the head of all, playing God, playing Christ. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which has received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. That's the hour of temptation. That's this tribulation of Antichrist. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast, and that's the authority, and that's the Satan, and to the beast system that we read about. One's Satan, and one's the worldly system that's set up, you guys. And also, there's only one son of perdition to perish. When we read about that in Ezekiel, and it wasn't Judas, because Judas had some help killing himself, and Christ forgave him. And we've got verse 14, and they shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is the Lord of lords and the King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And that's us. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples 1, multitudes 2, and nations 3, and tongues 4. And see, 4 is the world. So we've got all those people. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For God has put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom to the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is the great city, which remaineth over the kings of the earth. So that's a big part there. And see, just like it says in verse 16, and those horns turn against him, just like I read in chapter 11 when I started, because I wanted to get that little piece. That's why I didn't read the whole thing, but we had someone that left a comment on there that thought that the sun was coming to burn everything up because they wasn't very well studied. They got to a certain point in the Bible and kind of stopped. But that's okay. For God put in their hearts to fulfill his will. So see, God uses everybody, you guys. That's why it's not up to us to judge and who's doing what, because it's impossible for us to judge the hearts of men. It's just, we can't do it, because you can't look into somebody's heart and know what's going on and what they've been through in their life. So that's why we don't do those things. And we got where we can read about Jeremiah here. If we go to Jeremiah 23. It says, we'll have to get on it in the next one, you guys. But it says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter my sheep and my pasture. We'll read about it in Part 6.